Hello, and welcome to Mindware 2.71. This time I want to talk about a very special medication, and this will be a bit more of an advanced lesson. So if you're watching along, don't be too intimidated, just learn what you can. But I want to talk about Suboxone and why it's a unique drug and that it is so much more than a detox drug as a minor opiate, but because of its antagonism at the kappa opioid receptor, it does so much more, including act as an antidepressant and help with dissociation. So let's get into it. There are 3 opioid receptors and 1 opiate receptor. So there's mu, delta, and kappa. Mu is the feel-good button. When you agonize this, when you put an agonist in the mu receptor, agonists like heroin, Vicodin, oxycodone, methadone. These are all definitely varying strengths. And the even weaker Suboxone, it is a minor mu agonist. You feel good. And it relieves pain. Now, I'm going to skip over the delta receptor that we don't know too much about. It is agonized by enkephalins, and I'm going to talk more about the kappa receptor. So, what is the kappa receptor? Well, it too is analgesic, which means it relieves pain. But unlike mu, it causes dysphoria. And dissociation. So when they first found the kappa receptor, researchers were quite excited because it was an analgesic and it seemed to be non-habit forming. But when they developed test drugs for it that agonized it, it made people feel shitty. It dissociated them. It basically did the opposite of the mu receptor, which made people feel good. So both of these are analgesic, but one makes you feel good and one makes you feel bad. There is an agonist to the kappa receptor that you can get over the counter, and that's salvia. It's something you only do once. It's an interesting experience, but, it doesn't make you feel that great. So, what's so special about Suboxone? Well, except for a minor amount with naltrexone, it's the only antagonist on the market for the kappa receptor. There are no other antagonists. Like I said, naltrexone is a small antagonist, but it doesn't compare to Suboxone. So, Suboxone is a minor mu agonist and a kappa antagonist, and that makes it a very unique drug. It helps relieve pain, but it's also an antidepressant because of the kappa antagonism, and it's also anti-dissociative because of the kappa antagonism. So if you suffer from dissociative disorders, Suboxone might be something to look into. Everything from sleepwalking to multiple personality, that's the one end to the other end of the spectrum of dissociative disorders. Unfortunately, because it is a mu agonist, it is hard to get, but if it will benefit you a lot, it's worth doing the work to get it. So if you've gone through like 10 antidepressants, give Suboxone a try. If you have dissociative disorders, give Suboxone a try. And it's not that habit forming because it's weaker than methadone at the mu receptor. It is one of the weakest mu agonists, but it's a strong kappa antagonist. So let me clarify, though, for those who are less knowledgeable. This is a receptor on a cell. An agonist activates the receptor. This is a receptor on a cell. An antagonist blocks the receptor. So it blocks kappa and activates mu. And this is the only kappa antagonist on the market so far. There are some kappa antagonists going through trials right now, but Suboxone is the only one available. So it's a really unique drug, and it has the potential to help with a lot more than just pain or detoxing. So I hope this was informative. If you have any questions, just leave in the comments. I have experience with Suboxone, and I can answer some questions. I'll see you next video.